After living in the dorms, a lot of students find apartments like this one, Echo 1055. Even though it's almost all students living here, it's owned and managed by a private company, not the school. And the private companies won't let students break their lease.
I was for sure bummed that I had to end my first year experience early, but I'm just glad that I got to be home and safe.
Ariana Nonato will continue to be safe and home in California this semester during her sophomore year.
All my classes are online.
In December, Nonato signed a lease with Echo 1055. In June, after UNLV made the switch to mostly remote learning, she asked the management office if she could break her lease.
But they said that I would have to find someone to take over my lease, or I would just keep paying the rent.
A manager with the U District told me the same thing. No one can break their lease, just sublet. The U District are university-affiliated apartments on campus, but because it's also managed by a private company, UNLV can't help.
I would think they would be a little bit more accommodating, especially with this global pandemic.
Nonato told me after weeks of posting online and joining Facebook groups, she finally found a sublet. But she said dozens of other students are still stuck.
If they don't have a job, then how can they pay for all their school needs?
We're kind of in a precarious circumstance.
Attorney Christopher STORKE said legally the students are obligated to the lease. He told me a few students have gone to him for help.
Once they approached the landlord to request that they be able to break their lease, at that point they told them that, well, I'm going to have to charge you for a cleaning fee. I'm going to have to charge you for such and such fees.
Even though STORKE said those fees weren't part of their lease. He told me the best thing students can do is talk to the landlord and try to come to an agreement.
They'll understand if you're going through some sort of hardship with regards to employment, if you're dealing with unemployment benefits, and, try to work with each other as opposed to just abandoning your unit.
I talked to a manager at Echo 1055 earlier today and asked him to clarify their lease protocols. He told me he would send me an email, but I never heard back. Now, if you are negotiating with a landlord, make sure you write it down, send an email, because if you do go to court, you'll need a paper trail. I'm Kyla Gaylor, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.